All right, welcome. Well, very excited to talk to you today. Thanks so much for making the time. Gary Leatherman, you are Vice President with Advizion. Why don't you tell us a little about yourself and what you're working on?
I'm Vice President of Advizion. I look after our power advisory and our distributed energy slash microgrid practices. I've been in the business about 35 years, actually, and which means I'm old. So, we are mostly looking at in a microgrid space. We're doing a lot of work helping our clients develop strategies around microgrids. We're helping seeing a lot of interest from cities in California and other states. They're trying to get arms around resiliency, the distributed energy resources, particularly renewables, to get that local control, local resiliency, as well as help meet climate goals. And so, there's a lot of work there helping them understand what microgrids are, how best to strategize about various facilities, meet what their requirements are, and then really trying to help them make informed decisions on what projects to do and what projects don't make sense. We're really helping them with the decisional support information around the feasibility of these sorts of projects. In addition to cities, we also are seeing a lot of interest from our industrial clients as part of the Worley Group. We serve the extractive and petrochemical industry, and so we're seeing a lot of our clients in those spaces are looking to see how can we use microgrids and distributed energy and renewables to green up our processes to move through this energy transition and be relevant as we get more and more reducing carbon out of our economy. And so I just was working on a company, of all things, a coal mining company this earlier today, trying to help them get their operations a little greener. They mostly do metallurgical coke, but they are very serious about reducing the carbon footprint of their operations.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a lot of different challenges that it sounds like your company is able to take on and be involved in a lot of different sectors and segments. When you are looking at the microgrid industry writ large and sort of where things are heading, what do you think could really propel the industry forward?
Well, one of the things I've always, over the years, we've done some analysis on this, is that there's an argument that microgrids are local, so they don't benefit the entire society or the rate base of a particular utility or a particular state. But however, if you actually analyze, we've done this analysis. They provide a lot of benefit to society as a whole, and I think they're really worthy of something akin to the renewable portfolio standard. So something like a microgrid portfolio standard that would help propel the industry, because the industry is, it's happening, particularly in places like California, where there's some real resiliency issues with the wildfire mitigation plans and things like that. But writ large, it could use a little bit of a jumpstart. There's a lot of learnings that need to happen, business models that need to be tested, and something akin. If you look what the renewable portfolio standard did for renewables and driving down the costs, increasing through the learning curve impacts, microgrid industry really could benefit from something like that. And we've done some analysis state by state. Wouldn't necessarily be that expensive, and would again be akin to some of the costs that one associates with a renewable portfolio standard.
Yeah. So an opportunity for investment that could produce some great resiliency outcomes.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, I definitely really appreciate you sharing your thoughts on that and making the time for us. And thank you so much.
You're welcome.